it's important to remember that there's a whole range of reasons why a parent may go back to work.
One was financial. I found it very difficult not having income when I was on maternity leave. The other was that I appreciate the time out of the home and a bit of a break from childcare.
I felt that I wasn't being enough of a parent, enough of a worker, enough of a mother, enough of a wife. So I ended up staying at home for a long time with my children, on and off. And then I've gone back to work now. The children are older.
So whatever your reasons for returning to work, I think it's important to take some time out to think seriously about how that might affect not just yourself but also your family and friends. Are you going back to your old job? Are you going to look at retraining? Is this an opportunity to try something new, to reinvent yourself, to follow that dream that you've always wanted to pursue?
Challenging to work around the both and also going to college as well. So I'd done that first, then I went into work.
When you're writing a CV, it's important not to look at the time that you've taken out to parent your children as a black hole. You've acquired an awful lot of new skills and you've built upon old skills in that period. So there's a lot of multitasking involved in parenthood that can be transferred into the workplace. It's important to think about what kind of childcare you'd be comfortable with putting in place. Now, if you're lucky, you might have family and friends around that you can do a reciprocal deal with. But it may be that you have to look at something more formal, childminding, breakfast clubs, after school clubs, maybe a babysitter, maybe a nanny, depending on what your budget may be.
We did quite a lot going out and seeing nurseries and childminders and making sure we were reassured that there were options open for us.
Might be that you want to work part-time, there might be shift work, flexi time. It might be possible, if you have a partner, to share childcare and share the workload.
Yeah, I did temping work through agencies and secretarial work and things like that.
Well, my husband's is self-employed, so he works obviously when I don't and vice versa.
Well, there may be an option to split the job with somebody else and job share. Try to find some time to talk to your boss about what if situations. So what if I need some time off to go on a school trip? What if my child is unwell? What happens if their half term doesn't fit with my work schedule?
4 days a week at the moment, and with an option of going back up to full time from January. So, and we're going to have a look at that and see how we feel.
It's good to have a good, open, honest discussion before you commit yourself.
I started my own business. So I went into quite full-time work.
At first glance, working from home can seem like the perfect answer, but there's a lot of other things you need to take into account. Have you got a workspace? Can you afford to have a computer? What about phone bills, for example? Remember that you can end up working incredibly long hours and there's a lot of responsibility that comes with that. Make a list of why you want to go back to work, what you want to get out of going back to work, what your priorities are.
And I think it's so difficult nowadays to get that balance because work is extremely demanding and parenting is extremely demanding.
Remember, being a working parent is not just about you, it's about the whole family. Take time to talk about it and allow everybody to come up with what they're worried about, share their concerns.